entrepreneurship is a key converter of knowledge and culture into development.
If we're going to move this small country of ours to make it a better place, it's through entrepreneurship. That is the vehicle that will get us there.
If you're going to do something as an entrepreneur, do something you love. You never have to work a day in your life.
My life for the last 10 years has been the happiest. Challenging, but happy.
I don't need to say anything more now. I can just let the work talk for me.
It's been an honor being selected as a winner for the Pioneers of Prosperity program.
This is the culmination of what I had envisioned.
Welcome to the 2009 Pioneers of Prosperity Caribbean Awards. We gather to award 10 extraordinary entrepreneurs who have emerged as Caribbean pioneers of prosperity. And the winner is...
The biggest challenge for Caribbean nations is really counterintuitive. Most of them speak English, have fantastic location, they're overblessed with natural resources, they have phenomenal networks inside the United States, and their economies are disintegrating.
Growth rates have been flat. But what's more alarming, with an eye to the future, the immigration rates in the region are amongst the highest in the world. 90% of people with a university education leave Guyana. 85% of them leave Jamaica. No region can sustain that sort of loss of human capital.
The role of small business is not only creating jobs, but it creates energy, it brings new ideas and innovation into the country, and that innovation is one of the key drivers of economic growth.
What this program is all about is sending a message to the business community, to government, but also to students, to aspiring entrepreneurs about what can be achieved in this region. You don't need to move abroad. You don't need to emigrate to North America or to Europe. There's great companies doing great things right here in the region.
We find role model companies that are innovating, creating new products and experiences and making money, and we're proving that it can be done. Now, if these role model companies can do it, it removes the excuse from other people that they can't do it.
When government within the Caribbean says we want to build our economy, they don't have to create entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are there. Find them and then enable them. And the Pioneers of Prosperity Awards is doing exactly that.
The Pioneers of Prosperity Awards program is about recognizing great companies doing great things.
We identify these small and medium-sized enterprises. We invest in the winners, and then we use their story to inspire a larger pool of entrepreneurs and a community of entrepreneurs, both in their own countries and across the region.
The way we find companies if we go into a new region, we try to be really broad and just broadcast our idea of saying we're looking for the best entrepreneur. The kind of person who will react to this is exactly who we're looking for.
We go out there and we try to get every small business that might qualify to apply. The total pool of applicants in the Caribbean was 580 applicants. We're now down to 10. There's 7 countries participating. All 7 countries had 1 country winner and 3 countries had 2 country winners. These are outstanding businesses.
Au moment de lancer Solutions, nous avions une situation relativement confortable, chacun dans nos emplois respectifs. Et nous avons tous ensemble décidé de laisser de côté le confort, de nous mettre ensemble pour venir avec quelque chose de nouveau, quelque chose qui aurait le bénéfice de donner une image nouvelle d'Haïti.
I had a burning desire to prove to myself that I can make it on my own. The road getting here has not been easy. No startup capital, no reliable supply of electricity, but over time, we've managed to overcome most of these hurdles.
I always wanted to realize my dream, to start my own business from scratch. With a $6,000 loan, I began that business in my garage with 1 employee. People would come and ask for the boss, and I looked just like all the other workers because I was down in the trenches. But all along, I knew exactly where I wanted to take this business.
All of these companies help change this environment of fear of failure. They have profits, they've persevered in often difficult environments, they're contributing to their workers, and they're contributing to their communities. These are businesses that have succeeded, these are people who have succeeded. If they can do it, not only can you do it, but you can do it in a way that does more than just maximize the bottom line. That's the lasting impact.
What we look for is someone who looks after their customers, their owners, their workers, and has an eye to future generations. Those are the 4 common traits you'll see across all 10 finals.
I call it COWF, C-O-W-F. The C is consumers. Try to find value for consumers that they're willing to pay a high price point for.
I decided to create a space specifically where the man could go and get his grooming done without feeling as if he was invading a woman's space.
We've invented natural-looking foundations that match today's diverse skin tones more perfectly than any other brand. So we were the pioneers and started selling our products online. We realized that social networking is a big wave of the future. We launched a Facebook fan page. In 2 months, we have 17,000 fans.
Caribbean Civil Group is playing an integral part to improve our roadway infrastructure and building additional capacity. We started as a consulting firm with core expertise in transportation and traffic engineering and civil consulting engineering. We compete with international firms. We've always thought of ourselves as in competition with the world.
The O is for owners, where they get an above-average industry return for their innovation and the risks that they take.
You fell a tree, it's 3 cubic meters, and you can export it for $300 US. That same tree, if we convert it into lumber and we make moldings, instead of $300, we will have $3,000, 10 times the value.
We decided that we would try to maintain ourselves as a low-debt company. What we do, we plow back all our earnings into the company, and we drive our capital development mainly through that process.
We kept expanding, that's how we grew. We had a dominant brand in Trinidad. We got 50% market share here because we built on a very, very solid foundation. And when you do that, the strength of the brand takes you over the hurdle.
The W is the high and rising wages for the worker, and it also means a positive workspace that's safe and healthy and where they can learn.
In Haiti, there's not many people that are qualified in the insurance business. So we needed to make sure that we invest in our employees so they can provide the service that we want to our clients. We've invested in the last 7 years over 280,000 euros in sending our employees to France and to other big schools to be trained.
The young ladies that come to me are underexposed, some are from depressed areas. So I try to make them well-rounded individuals. I try my best to lead by example. I know that how I operate sets the pace for how they operate. And I've seen the change in them over the years.
Vulcan Timber Works employs 110 people. We invest a lot of money in ongoing training for our workforce. There is clear, open communication between management and workers on a daily basis. We realize that our employees are the backbone of the company.
The F stands for future generations, which means that these companies pay their taxes, have some philanthropic activities, and they don't degrade the environment, the land, the water, or the air, so that future generations actually have a better place to live and to work.
I would love to see the day where Haiti doesn't have to constantly be looking for donors to help in situations.
When a family, especially in a lower income market, which is usually renting, can invest in a home and pay for a piece of land, even if it's an apartment, then the next generation owns an asset, which is usually paid off so they can put their money into education or business, but at least it's given them an asset to grow and come out of poverty.